Well, we're about an hour and 15 minutes late, but it is time for West Aurora baseball here this afternoon alongside my partner, Eric Willowhite. My name is Aaron Shellen, and we're going to get some baseball in today. We're not entirely sure how much baseball we're going to get in, but we are definitely going to get some baseball in today as the Blackhawks play host to the Joliet Central Steelmen. And, it wouldn't be high school sports if things weren't a little wonky, right, Eric?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just that just from the weather we've had in the
Mm-hmm.
spring and all the cancellations, reschedules, and reschedules on
Yep.
reschedules. It's been a rough go. And then you and I were talking about it. Here we are looking at a nice sunny day. Well, at the time,
Right at the
perfectly dry
time.
field. So this is probably the best field that conditions that we've had at West Aurora all season. And just a little tardy Joliet Central squad.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was. The game was supposed to start at 4:30, and at 4:30 it was about 60 degrees and sunny, and it was
Yep.
just a gorgeous, gorgeous day, as you mentioned, probably the best day of the spring. And it's cooled down a little bit as the sun's starting to set. And game's going to get started here in just a minute. And yeah, we'll see how much baseball we can get in. Sunset is due about 7:28, so you figure we got about a good 90 minutes of baseball here, and we are about to get started. So we'll jump right in and give you the starting lineup for the Steelmen. Batting leadoff will be their catcher, Rafael Gutierrez. In the number 2 hole is today's starting pitcher, Alex Rocha. Batting third, the shortstop, Gabe Dunn. In center field, Zach Riley bats cleanup. First pitch swinging, hit on the ground to Pokrifke. Bobbles it, throw over to first. High throw, and that pulled Ethan Weaver off the bag, and Gutierrez will be safe on the E6. So Joe Pokrifke, he kind of gathered himself there after bobbling the ball and the throw just a bit high. So leadoff man on here in the top of the first for the Steelmen.
Yeah, and that might be expected, some because they've been waiting so long and
Yep.
then quick pitch and you're ready to go. So,
Yeah, absolutely. First pitch swinging, Alex Rocha swings through that one. 0-1 is the count. So the rest of the Steelmen lineup, batting fifth, the first baseman, Robert Fitzpatrick. In the 6 hole, the right fielder, Ryan Richards. Batting seventh at the hot corner, Jay Cepeda. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Marcus Hill. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Jonathan Salazar. And they will face Stevie Deshad for the Blackhawks. And Deshad on the season, 1-1, making his 4th start of the year. He's thrown 16 innings in his previous 3 starts, 2.18 earned run average on the year. Squares the bunt. That pitch is over for a strike. Nothing, or 1-2 now, the count on Rocha. So Deshad, 17 hits in those 16 innings. He's given up 5 runs. He's only walked 4, and he has struck out 20. So very good walk to strikeout ratio there, 5-1 for Deshad. And they have changed the count on the scoreboard. It is 0-2 on Rocha as he goes over to first. Gutierrez back in safely.
a couple tosses the first in the interim. Sandwiches around some pitches.
Here comes the 0-2. Breaking pitch outside, blocked there by Ben Wisniewski in the dirt, 1-2. So West comes into today's matchup 3-4 on the season. Last time out for the Blackhawks. Game they would like to forget as they dropped a 20-5 matchup as Rocha is called strike 3, first strikeout of the game for Deshad. So yeah, a 20-5 loss to Plainfield East last time out. Last time we were here was a 3-2 walk-off victory for the Blackhawks. So we'll hope for a little bit more Stream Sports Midwest good luck here for the Blackhawks. Number 3 hitter Gabe Dunn stepping in now for the Steelmen. Lefty hits that one high in the air out to center field. Kelly Roney out there makes the catch with one hand. Throw back into second base, and this is what we want. We need a lot of early count swings here if we want to get more than a handful of innings in. So 2 away. Gutierrez still at first, and the center fielder Zach Riley steps in now.
I know neither team wants to give away at bats, but there's only a modicum of daylight right now.
Yeah, with no lights here, there is a finite amount of time that we have to be able to play baseball here this afternoon. So it's in the Blackhawks' best interest to be able to get out in front early.
Yes.
You want to try to jump on the Joliet Central starting pitcher, Alex Rocha, here as early as possible as that pitch is in there for a strike. And you don't know how Roach is going to approach this game, given that he didn't have a ton of time to warm up, as Joliet Central showed up about, 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago?
Right.
So he was throwing warm-up pitches as West was taking the field. That one's fouled straight back, 0-2 is the count now on Riley. So you have to see, maybe he's a little off at the beginning, and that gives the Blackhawks an opportunity to pounce and get out early. And it's just like when you're playing a game that's under the threat of bad weather. You want to get out in the lead early, so when it becomes an official game, if they have to call it, game's over. Breaking pitch does not break. 1-2 now on Riley.
That's why I'm surprised the runner hasn't taken off from first base. Given the late start and people standing around, I'd be aggressive on the base paths.
Yep. Try to create havoc on the base paths. You're right. Forcing the issue is that pitch is fouled straight back, 1-2. So yeah, I mean, you might see some more chances taken than you normally would. Mm-hmm. So the game was supposed to start at 4:30. First pitch was at 5:49. So about an hour and 20 minutes late.
There goes the runner.
Runner goes, and that's going to be called strike 3 on Riley. So Deshad strikes out 2 in the first. We head to the bottom of the first. 0-0. Bottom of 1 here at West Aurora. Blackhawks will take their first hacks at Alex Rocha. Alex, a senior, getting the start here today for the Steelmen. And the Blackhawks lineup shapes up like this. Batting leadoff is the shortstop, Joe Pokrifke. In the number 2 hole, the center fielder, Kelly Roney. Batting third, the catcher, Ben Wisniewski. As Pokrifke swings and misses there, 0-1. Ethan Weaver, the first baseman, will be the cleanup hitter. Colin Tarr bats 5th and plays 2nd. Matt Vincent is the designated hitter today, batting 6th. Brock Beatis will bat 7th and play right field as that pitch is over for a strike. 0-2 here on Pokrifke. Austin Pierce will play left and bats 8th, and Andrew Carmen will bat 9th, playing 3rd for the Blackhawks. So Joe Pokrifke behind in the count, 0-2. Hits that ball foul out of play. Joe comes into today's matchup 2 for his first 19 on the season. 105 average. Does have a triple. Still looking for that first home run and first RBI of the season for the Blackhawks. Although he was instrumental in that 3-2 walk-off win. That pitch up and in for a ball. 1-2 as he made just a gold glove play in the top of the 7th inning to keep Plainfield off the board, and then was on base and scored the winning run in the bottom of the 7th inning. So getting it done in other ways. The Blackhawks leadoff man Joe Pokrifke stays alive, 1-2.
Yeah, doing a nice job of staying alive. He got it into the whole 0-2 there. Now he's fought off a couple pitches there.
Yep.
Remain in the battle.
Yep. You foul off a couple pitches, find one that you like. And that is a pitch inside for a ball, 2-2.
And you like to see the leadoff man taking some pitches. Although not in a game that starts late.
Not in a game that starts an hour and 15 minutes late. Yeah. Yeah, you start if your leadoff man can see 4, 5, 6 pitches, that's obviously a good thing. As he swings through that one, just gets a piece of it, stays alive. Count is still even at 2. Long at bat here for the leadoff man.
Already had to replenish the umpire's supply there.
And Joe's fouled a few balls off here, 2 out into the field to the right, and then that one straight back. So we'll do it again, 2-2. That one's low, and he's worked the count full. So really, really nice at bat here by Pokrivky to get this thing started. Fell behind in the count, as he mentioned, 0-2. Count is now full, and he's seen, I think, 7 pitches here in this at bat. Rocha is set, comes home with it. Hits that one down the left field line. Little blooper. That's going to get in for a base hit. Joe makes the big turn. He's going to hustle into second, and he has a leadoff double as he takes a header over the second base bag, but he is in safely with a hustle double to start the top of the first inning. Yes, that was a slide, and both coaches are going to come out to make sure he's okay, as he is limping around there a little bit, but holding that left leg. Yeah.
Not sure if he got like a late slide there and just kind of.
I think he got his cleats stuck in the dirt as he was going to slide, and he just kind of went, head over tea kettle, as it were.
Yeah.
But I mean, great first at bat by Pokrivky. 8 pitch at bat, and then that was a hustle double because that was just a little bloop into left field, and he did not hesitate around first base and gets himself a leadoff double here for the Blackhawks to get things going in the bottom of the first.
Good start there for the Blackhawks.
Stepping up now, the center fielder, Kelly Roney. Kelly comes in at .304 on the season, 7 for his first 23. Has a home run and 3 runs knocked in. The only home run of the year for the Blackhawks. That pitch is in the dirt for a ball. 1-0.
Good job by the Joliet catcher to not let that one get past. Pokrivky was thinking of making that dash.
Yeah, he bounced off second there and was able to get back in. 1-0, the count on Roney. That one's grounded to the right side over to short. Bobbled there by the shortstop, Dunn. He has no play, and Pokrivky is out at third. So Joe rounded third base, and he got caught in no man's land, and he is out 6-5 on the fielder's choice there. So got a little eager rounding third base, and Blackhawks now runner at first with 1 out here in the first. So there's being aggressive on the base paths, and then maybe a little too aggressive there as Pokrivky hit third, got about 4 or 5 steps off of third base, and that was a head. And I mean, to Gabe Dunn's defense, that was a heady play as he bobbled that ball and made a strong, accurate throw over to third to get Pokrivky for the first out of the inning. Ben Wisniewski steps in, the catcher. Off to second goes Roney, and he is in safely. So there you go, Eric. We talked about this last inning.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just keep for those players that can do it. Just be aggressive out there on the base paths, and keep things in motion. And this is for both teams. Keep the other team on their heels.
Yep. And this is the man the Blackhawks want up with a runner in scoring position. Wisniewski, .353 on the season, basically leads the team in every offensive category. .353 batting average, .522 on base percentage, an OPS just shy of 1,000, has 5 runs knocked in 7 games. Count is 3-0 as they are not fooling around with the big lefty. That pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1. Runner at second is Kelly Roney with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Pitch from Rocha is fouled at the plate by Wisniewski. Count goes full, 3-2. Ethan Weaver in the on-deck circle.
So now we have Rocha kind of doing the inverse there, getting behind 3-0 and now battling back to where he's got a full count here. So it's going to be a good battle on this pitch.
I thought maybe when the count went 3-0, they just don't want to take any chances with the base open. Just put Wisniewski on. But he's battled back and he strikes him out as Wisniewski goes down. First strikeout of the game for Rocha. Second out here in the first. And Ethan Weaver stepping in for the Blackhawks. Ethan at .250 on the season with 4 runs knocked in. He's 5 for his first 20. He had the walk-off hit last week in the bottom of the 7th inning to give the Blackhawks a come-from-behind 3-2 victory as he hits that one out to right field. Over for it goes Richards. Richards draw off his glove, and that's going to score a run, and into second goes Ethan Weaver, and the Blackhawks take a 1-0 lead. So Richards looked like he was there in plenty of time. Right. And didn't use 2 hands, tried to sort of make a backhanded catch there, and it just bounced off the heel of his glove, and that's going to be an E9, and the Blackhawks jump out to that early 1-0 lead. We talked about getting out to an early lead, and Blackhawks do it here as they pick up 1 in the bottom of the first. Colin Tarr now steps in. Colin 1 for his first 16 on the season. A couple of RBIs, though. Get a clutch 2-out single here to pick up that second run. That was ruled an error out there in right field. That pitch is in there for a strike to Tarr, 0-1. That one's grounded foul. 0-2 now on the second baseman, Tarr. And it just makes that base running error by Pokrivsky at the top of the order just that much more relevant, as the Blackhawks could have a pair here.
Right. I mean, they still would have had that stolen base, so then you would have had a second and third situation and 1 less out.
Tarr swings over the top of that one, just gets a piece of it. Stays alive in the count at 0-2. Tarr with a very straight up and down stance. Doesn't have those feet spread out very far at all. High leg kick hits that one out to left. That's going to get down for a hit. Around third is Weaver. He hits third. Left fielder bobbles it. Weaver's going to come in to score, and there's that clutch 2-out hit by Colin Tarr that I was talking about. The bobble allows him to go down to second, and the Blackhawks have taken a 2-0 lead here in the first inning.
Yeah, the left fielder, I don't know what he did there. He kind of just forego the throw to second.
Well, he bobbled it in left field, and that's what allowed Colin to reach second. I don't know if he had a chance at Weaver at the plate either way.
Well, not at the plate. I'm talking about get that throw into second.
Yeah. Stepping in now.
Once you bobbled it.
Yeah, the designated hitter, Matt Vincent, out there now for the Blackhawks. Matt, 2 for 4 on the year with a couple of RBIs. Again, runner in scoring position, 2 outs in the first. So Blackhawks looking to extend this 2-0 lead here. That pitch is low for a ball, 1-1. So we talked about this last inning. Get out in front early since we don't know how much baseball we're going to get in today.
That's right.
Can still see the sun. It's behind us. It's behind the clouds, but you can still see it. So
it exists.
Off to third goes Tarr, and he is going to be safe. The throw is airmailed into left field. Colin's going to come around to score as the Blackhawks now lead 3-0. So stolen base, E2. So that's 3 errors here in the inning by Joliet Central. They're throwing the ball all over the field. Blackhawks taking advantage. They put up a 3 spot in the first.
Yeah, and Joliet Central right now looking like a team that
they just got off the bus.
Right, literally.
They just got off the bus.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but that's,
that one grounded over too short. Dunn has it. Long throw over to first, and that ball's thrown away, and Vincent will be down at first on the 4th error of inning number 1 here for the Steelmen. The first inning they would like to forget at this point.
I think Rocha would like to forget it.
Yeah, for sure. Stepping in now, the right fielder, Brock Beatis. Brock 4 for 13 on the season. We have a conversation going on at the mound. Brock 4 for 13 on the season. That is a .308 batting average, as a couple of extra base hits, couple of doubles, 1 run knocked in.
Might be trying to get him to kind of settle down a little bit. With obviously with 4 errors in the inning, it's kind of, he's trying to do his job. He hasn't been completely flawless, but he hasn't been getting much help from behind him.
No, and we talked about this in the top of the first. You don't know really how loose he is, because I mean, you get off an hour bus ride, you throw the ball for 10 minutes, and now you're out there as that pitch is fouled off by Biedas. And now you're out there trying to get live batters out.
Right.
And it can be fairly jarring.
After, like you said, a 15, 20-minute warm-up at best.
Yep. Yeah. Blackhawks have been out here since about 3:15, so they're rested and they're warmed up and they're ready to go. And it's showing here early on as the Blackhawks put up a 3 spot, bottom of the first. That pitch is in there for a strike to Biedas, 0-2. That pitch misses for a ball, 1-2. Brock, the lefty, playing right field today for the Blackhawks. 1-2. That one's lined to the third baseman. Dunn has it, underhands it to second for the out. But the Blackhawks pick up 3. We head to the second with West Aurora leading this one 3-0. Top of the second inning, Blackhawks jumped out to a 3-0 lead, aided by 4 Joliet Central errors. There's only 3 on the board, but the official scorer is being generous. Me, on the other hand, I'm ruthless. And I gave an error to that left fielder on the bobble that allowed, at the time, Colin Tarr to move down to second base. First pitch swinging by Robert Fitzpatrick. The first baseman's fouled off to the right, out of play, 0-1.
Just as long as you're ruthless both ways. So
and we'll see. We'll see.
It is the home broadcast.
That's right. So Deshad, I mean, you want him to go right after these hitters at this point.
Right.
Your team has staked you to a 3-0 lead. Again, we've said this time and time again here, but we don't know how long this game is going to go. So you want to attack these players. You don't want to be wasting any pitches. You want to go right at him and try to get him as quickly as you can here as he misses outside for a ball. 2-1 on the first baseman. Left to right on the infield for the Blackhawks defensively, Andrew Carmen, Joe Pokrifke, Colin Tarr, and Ethan Weaver over at first. That pitch is swung on and missed by Fitzpatrick as Deshad threw that fastball right past him. In the outfield, left to right, Austin Pierce, Kelly Roney, Brock Biedas, and behind the plate, Ben Wisniewski catching Stevie Deshad. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 here for Deshad. 1 out in the second.
Yeah, I like what you said, Aaron. Just, go right after him, attack him, get back in that dugout, get back on offense. That has to be the attitude you have.
Yeah, you see a lot of times where pitchers will get ahead in the count of a batter, 0-2, and then they waste a pitch or two, try to get that batter to chase, and all you're doing is building up your pitch count as timeout's called.
Ooh, that was late.
That was really late, yeah. As you're building up your pitch count and having the game take longer, frankly.
Yep.
In a situation like this, just attack. Struck out 3 of the first 5 batters he's faced. So First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. To the right fielder, Ryan Richards, the number 6 man in the Joliet Central lineup. Jay Zapata, the third baseman, will bat next. That pitch backs Richards off the plate a bit, 1-1. Third baseman Andrew Carmen in even with the bag at third base. That pitch is popped up over to the right side. Weaver takes a look. I don't think he saw it, and that one landed about 25 feet behind him down the right field line. You can see Ethan kind of lost that ball in this gray sky, and second baseman Colin Tarr tried to make a sliding play over there. Ball landed harmlessly. Count is 1-2 now.
Yeah, you're right about the sky, though. This is a very tough sky. Without lights, this is, even with lights, this is like the worst time of the night.
Yep, and it's going to get harder here over the next hour.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, it's going to get harder here over the next hour. So 1-2 pitch, breaking pitch does not break, 2-2. Yeah, if you are the West defense, you want some ground balls. Ground balls are going to be easy to see in this weather, or in this at this time of day. 2-2 pitch out ahead of that one, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 held on to by Wisniewski. So Deshad mowing him down here. 4 strikeouts through an inning and 2/3, and that will bring up now the third baseman Jay Zapata. Blackhawks lead 3-0 here in the top of inning number 2. 3 runs on a couple of hits and 4 Joliet Central errors in that first inning. Ayers an off-speed pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Getting that first pitch over.
Yep, and that's critical. I mean, that's critical at all levels in every baseball game, but especially here. Get out in front of these hitters, and there's another breaking pitch, 0-2. He's just pouring them in here.
Right. And he's getting it and throwing it, too.
Yeah, there's not a lot of delay here between when he gets the pitch and when he throws it. That pitch is outside for a ball. I mean, you have to think he's warm and he's comfortable, you know, given, like I said, that the Blackhawks players have been here for 2.5 hours already. That one's popped up on the right side, popped over towards the second baseman, Colin Tarr. He squeezes it, and that retires the side. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Blackhawks lead this one 3-0. Bottom 2, Blackhawks looking to extend their 3-0 lead here against Alex Rocha. They will send up 8, 9, and 1 here in the second inning. That's Austin Pierce, Andrew Carmen. In the top of the order, Joe Pokrifke. Austin Pierce leading off today, 1 for 5 on the season. Does have an RBI. Pitches upstairs for a ball. And it's got to be really hard. You jump out to an early lead like this in a situation where you're probably not going to play the full 7. It's got to be really hard to step into the batter's box and be patient. You want to take your swings. You want to get this game regulation so that you can walk out of here hopefully with a victory. As Pierce hits that one into center field for a base hit. It's a good piece of hitting by the number 8 man, Austin Pierce. Leadoff single for the Blackhawks here in the second. It's got to be hard to be patient in a situation like this where you want to get to the next inning. You want to get as much baseball in as you can before the sun goes down. But good at bat there by Pierce. Saw a couple of pitches, saw one he liked, and took that one back up the middle for a lead-off single. That will bring up now the third baseman, Andrew Carmen. Andrew 1 for 11 on the season, looking for his first RBI. Takes that pitch up and in for a ball.
Well, and the other thing is your first at bat in this game is going to be the best seeing conditions, right? So
you and I like to joke about how the shadows wreak havoc when they come out beyond home plate, but yeah, the darker it gets, the harder it is. Here comes the throw down to second. Austin Pierce is in safely with a stolen base. The Blackhawks taking your advice here in the second inning, Eric, and they are being aggressive on the base pass here. They caught him a little. Yeah, there's good and there's bad with that. The bad, obviously, Joe Pokrivky getting caught off third base in the first inning, but they've stolen a couple of bases. They're taking that extra base, and it's giving them a 3-0 lead here in the second. Yeah, the later it gets in the evening, the harder it's going to be to see the spin on the ball, and so you end up guessing more. So you'll probably start to see some bad swings and some pretty, I don't want to say feeble attempts, but some significant misses on some of these pitches as they come in.
Right.
Carmen behind in the count 1-2 now. Fouled off at the plate. And the Blackhawks have done a great job through an inning plus here of battling in these at-bats. They had a number of players that have had 2 strikes on them, but have been able to stay alive, fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch until they find something they like.
We get some sun peeking through right now.
Yeah, we do. It's nice. It's not really warm anymore, but at least it's sun.
All right.
1-2, the count on the third baseman, Andrew Carmen. Pitches upstairs, 2-2.
And actually, if you're the right fielder and a little bit of the center fielder, the sun may be a little bit of a problem. There is some cloud cover, but
it's still bright out there. It's still a very bright sky, a very bright sun out there in right field.
Yeah, if this was cloudless, they'd be in a tough spot right now.
Pitches upstairs for a ball. Count goes full. So again, a good patient at bat by a Blackhawks hitter here. Andrew Carmen behind in the count 1-2. It's now 3-2. Runner at second is Austin Pierce. Andrew looking for his first RBI of the season. Pitch is low. He will draw a walk. So just, again, another great at-bat here for a Blackhawks hitter. And the Blackhawks now with 2 runners on base with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. And the shortstop and leadoff hitter, Joe Pokrivky, stepping in. Joe hustle double, leading off the first inning. Just a bloop down the left field line, turned it into a double, and then was caught off third base in that first. So Blackhawks threatening here in the second again. Joe checks his swing, but that's called a strike. 0-1.
Yeah, you wonder about a double steal here.
Yeah, I mean they've shown a willingness to run here this afternoon. Try to get a couple of men in scoring position.
Another late time.
That's the second time that's at one to each side now. So we're even, and we can start over. But yeah, Pokrivky was about 2 steps out of the batter's box when that pitch crossed home plate. 0-1 on the Blackhawks shortstop today. Grounds that one foul.
Yeah,
0-2.
My concern with that, Aaron, is just like the potential for injury for the pitcher. It's like if you see that, you're taught to continue to throw through anyways, but what if you don't?
Yeah, you're taught to pitch through, but so many pitchers try to stop that arm as it's coming forward. Yeah. Joe fouls that one straight back to stay alive. So very similar to what we saw in the first inning where he fell behind in the count 0-2, fouled off a pitch. See if the result is the same here in the second inning as he was able to work a double out of that first at-bat of the game. Only Joe's second hit of the season. That pitch is inside for a ball, 1-2. Third hit of the season. She came in 2 for 19. He's now 3 for 20 on the season. A couple of those hits are for extra bases, though. Had that double and a triple earlier this season as well. 1-2 the count now on the leadoff man. Kelly Roney in the on-deck circle. Fouled off again.
Off the umpire's right foot there. We don't have a backup, so be careful.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We only have one umpire in this game. So it's he's doing kind of double duty as your home plate umpire and as your base umpire. So there might be some questionable calls at bases and stuff. You just gotta be patient and just
Two neighborhoods.
You got that right. Another foul ball by Pokrifke, and he's again staying alive just like he was in his first at bat of the game, doing a great job working this count. And that being said, the sun's going to go down in about 45 minutes. He needs to put something in play here.
Well, he's doing what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do.
He's doing exactly what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do. 1-2 now. Hits a line drive into right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score comes Pierce. On to third goes Carmen. And Pokrifke is 2 for 2 as he picks up his first RBI of the season. And the Blackhawks lead it now 4-0.
Well, just like you said, Aaron, a timely piece of hitting there and just keep fouling off pitches, wait for something that you can drive, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
Yeah, and he took that one to right field too, which I love. Wasn't looking to pull anything, was just looking to get the ball in play and hit it on a line out to right field. Blackhawks now up 4.
Gets the runner on first all the way over to third.
Yep, Andrew Carmen went to third on that ground ball. Off to second goes Pokrifke, ground ball too short. Throw over to first. Roney is out. Carmen comes in to score. RBI for Kelly Roney. Pokrifke goes down to second, and the Blackhawks are up 5-0 now. A good piece of hitting again by Roney. Just getting the ball, making sure that's when you have that runner at third with less than 2 outs, you just want to get them home. And Kelly did a fantastic job there putting that ball in play and allowing. And Pokrifke taking off from second or from first as well, kind of gets the attention of everybody. But nicely done by Kelly Roney to get that ball in play and get that runner home from third. Blackhawks up 5 now.
So this is one of those things where do you send Pokrifke or you already have a 5-0 lead? You kind of be a little more conservative and let your hitters do the work.
I think with Wisniewski at the plate, who he struck out in the first, but has been their best hitter this season. I don't think you want to run into that second out at third base and take that man out of scoring position. I think you give Wisniewski a chance to hit here. Maybe the next batter when Ethan Weaver steps up. But I think here with Wisniewski, another late timeout call.
Man, you don't have to. That's the thing is you don't have to honor the request.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why the timeouts are being called. You mentioned the flying insects. There are bugs and gnats, and they're getting in your eyes and stuff as that pitch is in there to Wisniewski for a strike. But yeah, that's 3 times now. They've had a very, very late call. 2-1 now on the Blackhawks catcher. The lefty, Ben Wisniewski. Here comes the 2-1. That one is, I guess, inside for a ball. 3-1.
Pokrifke he's getting a decent secondary lead over there, so in case the ball gets past the catcher, you can advance that way.
That pitch is in there for a strike. Ben was about to walk down to first, but count goes full. And I've seen that a couple of times, the Blackhawks taking those big secondary leads off of second. And that, balls hit shallow into the outfield. If you get a big enough lead coming off of second base, you can get around. You can get in on an infield hit if you take a big enough lead as that pitch is upstairs for a ball. Wisniewski will walk down to first. Second walk of the game for Rocha. First and second now. Ethan Weaver stepping in for the Blackhawks. Weaver had a fly ball to right in the first that Ryan Richards was there in plenty of time. It bounced off the webbing of his glove, and that allowed Kelly Roney to come around to score the first run of the game for West Aurora.
You got a pinch runner at first, 24.
That's Alex Jackson. And both runners are off. A little hit and run action with Ethan Weaver at the dish, or maybe hit and run and hit, not really sure, but both runners were off there. So Alex Jackson in pinch running for Ben Wisniewski. My guess is we will see Ben back out there in the top of the third as the catcher. That one's hit high in the air out to right field. Over forward goes Richards. He settles under this one, makes the catch. Pokrifke will tag up. He will make third standing. So a productive out there by Ethan Weaver gets Joe Pokrifke over to third base with 2 outs for Colin Tarr, who already has a 2-out RBI single in this one.
Yeah, so now, like you said, you get a runner over at third, so it is a productive out in that sense. And then anything gets by the catcher or obviously, just poke one out there, that's an easy run.
It also opens up the possibility for that delayed double steal where the runner goes down to second. If the throw comes through, Joe takes off for home. So any number of additional ways that you can score that runner from third.
I think on this first pitch he's going.
You were right. And they're not even going to tempt it as Alex slides into second safely with the stolen base. And that's exactly what I was suggesting is Alex, not exactly a speed demon out there at first base, but they didn't even attempt to make the throw. They basically gave him that stolen base. So single here could score 2. Blackhawks already up 5. Colin Tarr with an RBI single in the first. That pitch is low for a ball, 1-1. Runner at third is Pokrifke. Runner at second is Alex Jackson, pinch running for the catcher, Ben Wisniewski. Blackhawks lead 5-0 here in the second inning. Pitch is upstairs over the head of Colin Tarr for a ball. Game that started an hour and about 19 minutes late. First pitch was scheduled at 4:30, but Joliet had some trouble getting here. So we got started at 5:49. That's why we're only in the second. That one's popped foul to the right, out of play, onto the field behind us. So again, just continually good at bats for the Blackhawks. Even their outs, like I mentioned, Ethan Weaver's last at bat, a productive out. Even their outs have been productive here through an inning and 2/3. Rocha takes a long look in, steps off. So there were some low batting averages coming into this one, but Pokrifke already has a couple of hits. Colin Tarr has a hit. Austin Pierce. That pitch upstairs again. Colin has to bend out of the way of that one. 3-2 is the count now.
Well, how many games has West Aurora played to this?
This is their 8th. This is their 8th game. So again, it's a lot of small sample size type stuff. One good game can turn those numbers around. That one's hit high in the air, deep to left field, way back. That one is gone. 3-run home run, Colin Tarr to left center field, and the Blackhawks have blown this one open. It is 8-0. Wow, he got a hold of that one, Eric.
Oh, good thing they sent the runner, so.
Yeah, good thing they sent the runner. Hey, and your car's over there, isn't it?
Be quiet. All right. Like you said yesterday, safe flight.
Safe flight repair, safe flight replace. That's right. Colin Tarr gave that one a ride, and the Blackhawks are up 8 here in the second. Wow.
That was a swat.
Yeah, he smoked that one to left center field. A no doubter for Colin Tarr. His first home run of the year and RBIs 4, 5, and 6. He's got 4 RBIs in an inning and 2/3 today.
Hey,
it's a good game.
It's a good day's work.
Good day's work for 30 minutes.
Punching the clock.
Yep. Matt Vincent stepping in. He reached on an error in the first. He swings and misses there. Behind in the count, 0-1. So a 3-run first followed up by a 5-run second. And you have to wonder if the delay in getting here and the lack of warm-up, if that has something to do with what we're seeing from Joliet Central today.
It very well could be.
I mean, I haven't watched any of their games this year, so I don't know what their history is, but it has to be difficult to jump right in and just start playing a game without really any rest at all or any warm-up at all. Throw over to first, and the runner is out at first. Matt Vincent just out at first. That will retire the side, but the Blackhawks tack on 5 through 2. They lead this one 8-0. Top of the third inning, Blackhawks with an 8-0 lead here. Stevie Deschad with a lot of room to work with here. He struck out 4 through 2 innings, and he now has an 8-run cushion. He will face 8-9-1. Marcus Hill hits that one first pitch swinging out to left. First hit of the game here for the Steelmen is a single in the top of the third inning.
And you wonder if Joliet Central's coach, Kevin Fitzgerald, just kind of laid it on the line to his team. Hey, look, they're going to be throwing that ball right in there. That's what he's been doing so far. Be ready to hit.
Especially now with an 8-run lead.
Right.
You tell your starting pitcher when you get a lead like this, don't walk people. Just don't walk people. Put the ball over the plate. If they get a hit, they get a hit. And Hill was on top of that one and lined it single to left. So 1-0 is the count on the number 9 hitter, Jonathan Salazar. Pitches upstairs, 1-1.
And the other thing you have to think about, which I don't know if it'll be much of a factor, but Deschad's had to sit through 2 long innings.
Yeah, he has.
All right, so
after an hour and 19-minute delay.
Right, where you're kind of jonesing the pitch.
Yeah, because, he came out here and he warmed up like he would for a game that was supposed to start at 4:30. Then he had to sit down for an hour.
Yeah.
As he falls behind Salazar here, 3-0. I believe it's 3-0. There's nothing on the scoreboard, but I believe the count is 3-0.
There we go.
Deschad is set. They gets that one in there, first strike, 3-1. You can see the sun peeking out again. It's been a really, really comfortable afternoon. Throw over to first, and Hill is back in. A very comfortable afternoon. It was, sitting in the bleachers for an hour and a half, just waiting for the game to start. There are worse places to be than sitting outside for a couple hours, getting some fresh air. That pitch is upstairs for a ball. Salazar will draw a walk here in the second inning. So the first 2 batters reach in the third inning against Stevie Deschad. His first walk of the game to go with 4 strikeouts.
I don't know if the viewers can see it at home, but obviously that dangerous shadow has resurfaced, Aaron.
Yeah, and that's a tricky one because you have the mound is in shadow and home plate is in shadow, but there's sun in between. And that's not the type of shadow you see every day. As Gutierrez takes a big cut at that one, swings through it, gets nothing but air, 0-1. Gutierrez reached on an error by the shortstop, Joe Pokrifke, in the first, but he was stranded at first. Gutierrez 2 runners on. Breaking pitch bends the knees of Gutierrez. He's ahead in the count, 0-2. Marcus Hill at second. He singled. Jonathan Salazar walked.
Like I say, this is a huge batter for Deschad to get out here, but, getting the first 2 runners on, he definitely wants to limit the damage here and try and get out of it.
Yep. He steps off. One, 0-2 on Gutierrez. That one's grounded to third, fielded there, step on the bag, and that will do it. Smart play there by Andrew Carmen to not take any chances, just step on the bag, and Gutierrez will reach on the fielder's choice. Runners still at first and second now with 1 out. And with an 8-run lead, there's absolutely no reason to throw that ball across the diamond.
No, if it's anything we've seen in either high school or college baseball, it's the tendency to throw the ball around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stepping in now, Alex Rocha, the pitcher. He struck out looking in the first. He's got 2 on and 1 out. And you mentioned the low sun causing issues. You can see Gutierrez over at first just having difficulty seeing the signs from his third base coach. The 1-0 is in there for a strike, 1-1.
This being high school baseball, Joliet Central by no means is out of it. Now it's going to be a compressed ball game, but they have an opportunity here to cut into this 8-0 deficit.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of the opportunities that present. And as that pitch is in there for a strike, 1-2. And Deschad has been the best pitcher for the Blackhawks this season. He came in with an ERA of under 2.2 on the season. So he's making his 4th start. He's been their best starter. And when you stake your quote unquote ace to an 8-run lead, you'd like to think that he will do what he does right there and tries to work himself out of a jam here. That's strikeout number 5 as Rocha goes down for the second time today, 2 away here in the third. The center fielder, Gabe Dunn, stepping in now, still runners on first and second, but now with 2 outs. Dunn flew out to center his last time up. Swung at that first pitch as well. Pitch low and in. Sort of jackknifed Dunn there a little bit as he swung over the top of it. 0-1. Big, tall, lanky lefty, Gabe Dunn. But again, if you're Deschad in this situation, you can't worry about first and second, not with an 8-run lead. That one's lined right at Colin Tarr for the third out of the inning. So he works out of a first and second, nobody out jam, sets down the next 3 batters. We head to the bottom of the third. Blackhawks still up by 8. Changes all over the field for Joliet Central as we head to the bottom of the third. New pitcher is Leonardo Meza. He comes in after Rocha went the first 2, gave up 5 hits, 8 runs. 5 of them were earned, walked 2, struck out 1. He gave up a home run to Colin Tarr. He'll face Brock Beatis, Austin Pierce, and Andrew Carmen here in the third. We'll give you the rest of the changes after the 1-0 pitch to Beatis. Popped in the air to left. In on it comes the left fielder, Marcus Hill. Hill makes the nice running catch out there in left. So defensive changes. The starting pitcher, Alex Rocha, moves to short. The shortstop, Gabe Dunn, moves to third. The third baseman, Jay Zepeda, moves to second. The second baseman, Marcus Hill, just made that catch out and left.
Yeah.
So there you go. High school baseball scorebook. Oof. Austin Pierce now stepping in. Pierce had a single leading off the second. He stole a base and scored. Takes that pitch over for a strike, 0-1.
You know, it's good having players that have that kind of versatility. You see Hill move from second to left field. He made a nice play out there.
Yeah, it was a nice running catch and left. Shoestring, if you will. That one's popped back, and that's going to be up into the netting. Rafael Gutierrez not able to make a play there. 0-2. So West jumped out to an 8-0 lead here through 2 1/3 innings. 0-2. That one is about a 57-foot pitch there, 1-2. So a lot of what we talked about in that first inning came to fruition here for the Blackhawks. Good at bats, but more importantly, jumping out early and trying to maintain that lead. So far, so good. That one's hitting the air out to left a long way. Hill goes back on it. That's going to be over his head. It's going to one-hop the wall around first, and coasting into second will be Austin Pierce with his second hit of the game, a line drive double off the left field wall. And again, we talked about how one game early in the season can turn that stat line around for you in a hurry. Austin Pierce came in 1 for 5 on the year. That's a 200 batting average. With his 2 for 2 today, he's up over 400.
Right.
So runner at second is Austin Pierce. Andrew Carmen is up there now. He drew a walk and scored in that second inning.
Well, what you've seen in a couple at bats versus Mesa, he's it's soft. It's not a whole lot of speed on it, and both batters have been able to pull that. So he definitely is pitching to contact. He probably wants to get it down on the ground.
Yeah, there's not a ton of oomph behind those pitches. So if West is patient and they stay back, they don't try to get eager, because you see this a lot. And obviously it's not apples to apples, but when you're taught when a position player comes in to pitch in a Major League Baseball game, the batters get so eager, and they get on that front foot and they pop the ball up or something like that. If you're West, you need to stay back in your stance, let the ball come into you, and then you can get that head of the bat around on it. So 3-0 the count here on Carmen. That catches the corner for a strike, 3-1. Joe Pokrivke, who already has 2 hits in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, what'd you have him getting up 3 times in 3 innings?
Yeah, I didn't expect that. Runner takes off for third, and Pierce will slide in safely. He stole that off the pitcher. He was 3/4 of the way to second base, or to third base, by the time that ball was in and out of the glove of Rafael Gutierrez. So for Austin Pierce having himself a game here, folks, 2 for 2, a run scored, a couple of stolen bases out of the number 8 spot. And that will bring up the leadoff hitter, Joe Pokrivke. Joe, again, 2 for 2 in this one with a single, a double, an RBI, and a run scored.
And with the runner on first again, runner on third, you have 1 out.
See if you send that runner to try to stay out of a potential double play,
right?
Or if you just let Joe, swing away here, as
there it is.
He does, swings away, puts that one out to right field, down the right field line, in from third, over to third. It goes Andrew Carmen. They're going to wave him in. Carmen hits the bag. He comes in. He's going to stay up, and into third goes Joe Pokrivke. Folks, he's a home run away from the cycle here through 2 1/3 innings. A 2-run triple for Joe Pokrivke, and the Blackhawks have put up a 10 spot. They're up 10-0.
Have yourself a day, Joe.
Yeah, just an absolutely great piece of hitting by Joe Pokrivke. Line that one down the right field line, and there is a ton of space down that right field line.
And I'm with you, Aaron. Every time a batter goes to the right field, right-handed batter,
I like it. Work. Yeah, it really is. The Blackhawks now up by 10. Update my score sheet here. There we go. 10-0 Blackhawks lead now, bottom of the 3rd inning. Kelly Roney up now. Kelly lines that one off the glove of the shortstop, Alex Rocha, and Pokrivke will come in to score. Kelly Roney with his second RBI of the game. And just as I updated the score bug, I got to update it again. Blackhawks are now up 11-0.
First world problems, Aaron.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So Blackhawks putting on a hitting display here today, Eric. That's 11 runs, 8 hits, just 1 run, 3 hit, no runs, 1 hit for the Steelmen. So runner at first is Kelly Roney. His first hit of the game does have those 2 RBIs. And Ben Wisniewski will step in. Ben 1 for 2. He struck out in the first, walked in the second, was pitch run 4, and Alex Jackson would come around to score there.
You know what? I'm looking at the roster here. This might be, like you said, this is a position player situation, because at least on the printed roster we have, Mesa's listed as an infielder.
Yeah.
So that would make sense based on what you're seeing. He's just going to kind of wear it for the team. It's one of those games where you're down big. He's just going to put in some innings and rest the others.
That pitch is low to Wisniewski, 3-1. The Blackhawks with 11 runs in 2 1/3 innings here. That pitch is in there for a strike. Count is 2-2 now on the Blackhawks backstop. He looks like the kind of batter that just wants to lay into one. Just, he on that back foot, just as he goes the other way, as he takes that one down the left field line. But big, strong left-handed bat. Ben Wisniewski led the team in RBIs with 5. That now falls to Colin Tarr with his 4 RBIs here this afternoon. Colin now with 6 RBIs on the season. That one's hit in the air out to center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Going to be played out there in left by Marcus Hill. On to third goes Roney, and the train keeps rolling here, Eric. Blackhawks, 3 straight hits, double, walk, triple, single here for West Aurora. And Alex Jackson will come in to pinch run for Wisniewski again. Runners at the corners now, 1 out. Ethan Weaver stepping in. Ethan's gone the other way twice, hit 2 fly balls out to right field. First one was dropped by the right fielder, Ryan Richards. Second one, Richards was able to make the catch. Not a bad time to go to right here as well. Get that ball up into that bright sky. Richards might have a difficult time with it. First pitch to Weaver. Does just that. Hits it out to right field. Richards settles underneath it. Coming in from third is Kelly Roney as Ethan Weaver picks up the sac fly RBI, and the Blackhawks put up a dozen. They lead 12-0. Again, just good situational hitting by the Blackhawks all afternoon here. Just about every out that they have made has been a productive out, other than, of course, the ones that end the inning.
Right.
All those outs within these innings have been fairly productive. Colin Tarr stepping in now. Colin hit a bomb last time up, a 3-run home run over the left center field fence, a 3-run home run that blew this game wide open. It was 5-0 at the time, but it became 8-0 after the shot by Tarr. He's ahead in the count here, 1-0. Colin 2 for 2. Home run, 4 RBIs in 2 innings. As you said, have yourself a game, Colin.
Yep. I would argue even the outs to end the inning were productive outs given the short time frame we have left to play.
Right.
So
you got a 12-run lead now. Let's move on to the fourth.
Those are productive.
That one's hit on the ground to third, fielded by Dunn across the diamond. Catch is made, and that will retire the side. The Blackhawks put up 4 more. We're through 3. They lead by 12. We head to inning number 4. Stevie Deshad now with a 12-run cushion as the Blackhawks put up 3 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third. And Deshad will face the middle of the Joliet Central lineup, Zach Riley, Robert Fitzpatrick, Ryan Reynolds. Riley struck out looking to end the first inning.
Don't you love the irony of the best pitcher with like a almost sub-2 ERA?
Yeah.
You got 12 run support.
Yep. And that's usually the opposite of what happens.
Right.
That one's hit high in the air out to right field. Biedas takes a couple steps back, Squeezes that one with 2 hands, first out here in the 4th inning. It's usually the other way around. It's usually those aces are the ones who aren't getting the run support.
Right.
Look at Jacob deGrom, or
Right.
I mean, those aces are the ones who are getting 1 or 2 runs per game, but not today. Blackhawks offense is warm and cooking this afternoon, putting up 12 through the first 3 innings. Robert Fitzpatrick steps in now for the Steelman. He struck out swinging in the 3rd, 1 of 5 strikeouts here for Stevie Deshad in 3 1/3 innings. 3 1/3, 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts for the righty. That one's hitting the air to left. Back on it goes Austin Pierce. And he loses that. Looked like he may have lost that in the sun a little bit,
Possibly.
but he was moving casually, I should say, to his left. And that ball landed just in his glove, bounced out of his glove. That's going to be an E7, second error of the game for the Blackhawks. It puts Fitzpatrick on second with 1 out here in the 4th.
It was a little too aggressive on the zoom there. Sorry, folks.
Did you get right in on?
Yeah, they got a little blurry there. I had to back off.
Yeah, right up Austin's nose.
Yeah.
Did you with that zoom?
Yeah, we didn't need that shot, so I'll tamper my enthusiasm for the close-up.
Ryan Richards steps in. He was a strikeout victim as well in the 2nd. And he's quickly behind in the count, 0-2, as Deshad pounds a couple of breaking pitches in there.
See, that's what I like about him. Even when he gives up or something, that should have been an out. Doesn't phase him. Yep. Right back at it. He has an 0-2 count.
Yeah, and he's been ahead of just about every hitter in this game. He steps off there.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to go about things. Just get ahead of these hitters and put them away.
It's a long 1% on your phone there.
It really is. Folks, my phone is at 1%. This is going to be a whole nother thing. Ground ball to the second baseman. Tar has it on to first for the out. Had to make sure the home plate umpire was going to call him out there. It looked like he might have just took him a minute. Ethan Weaver's foot came off the bag on that throw. So I had to wait and see if the home plate umpire called him out. He does indeed call him out. Fitzpatrick goes down to 3rd on the ground out. And Jay Zapata. Well, that's Alex Rocha out there now, number 2. So the lineup is a little wonky. I'm not sure why Rocha's up there now, but he is. He grounds that one off the batter in foul territory as that one hits.
Doesn't mean he likes it. He's grimacing a little
there.
Yeah,
he is. Fitzpatrick took that one right off the back. So Alex Rocha is now in the 7th spot. Okay. Sure. If you say so. 0-2 on Rocha. See, I'm learning the rules of high school baseball as we go here, but it appears that you can basically do anything you want.
Yeah.
So 0-2 pitch is popped foul to the right, out of play.
And why not?
Rocha was in the number 2 spot. So unless there's another number 2 out there on the team that I'm not aware of, Rocha was in the number 2 spot. He's now in the 7th spot for Zapata, but Zapata moved from 3rd to 2nd. We'll figure it out. At any rate, Roach is up there now with a count 1-2.
I think he gets the bat after this at bat too. So
he's just gonna stay up there.
Yeah.
Great. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That will retire the side. That's 6 strikeouts through 4 for Deshad. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Blackhawks lead by 12. All right, bottom of the fourth inning, Blackhawks with a 12-run lead, and we're going to have some pinch hitters here coming up in the bottom of the fourth. First pinch hitter in the number 6 spot, batting for Matt Vincent, is number 12, Andrew Harvey. Andrew 0 for 2 on the season. Tall righty waggles the bat, takes that pitch low and away for a ball. In the on deck circle is number 21, Nathan Toma. So it looks like he'll pinch hit for Brock Beatis. The 1-0. That one's hit on a line. That's going to get down into right field. Once again, that opposite field hitting by these Blackhawks hitters today. Andrew Harvey lines that one into right field for a base hit. First hit of the year for Andrew. That will bring up number 21, Nathan Toma. It's his first what's his first plate appearance of the season.
Good as time as any.
Yeah, get some work in. And again, situational type hitting. I mean, take that ball. There's a huge gap over there in between first and second base. So if you are Toma, see what you can do about pushing that ball to the right.
Yeah, like you said, there is a lot of real estate on that side.
And the second baseman, Zepeda, is almost standing on the second base bag. That entire right side of the infield is open as Toma swings through that one. He's behind in the count, 0-2. 12 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Blackhawks. No runs, 1 hit, 3 errors for Joliet Central. This is whatever the bus equivalent is of jet lag. Joliet Central has that here this afternoon, it appears.
Yeah.
1-2 the count. In the on-deck circle is number 23, Jake Williams. So it looks like we'll get another pinch hitter here for Austin Pierce, who's had himself a day. Doesn't want it to end, I'm sure. One's popped up to the right. First baseman Fitzpatrick gives chase. Ooh. And he bangs up against the wall, and the ball falls harmlessly on the other side of that wall.
I think Fitzpatrick is trying to audition to be a future White Sox player, getting beamed in the backside on a foul ball and then running into the fence.
He's had a rough, 20 minutes here, that's
yes.
for sure. 1-2 the count on Toma. Pitch is upstairs, throw down to first, and Harvey is back in safely.
It's kind of funny at the end of the inning when Joliet didn't score. Fitzpatrick clapped his hands like, "You mean I don't even get a run scored
out of
my
this,
troubles?"
Yeah. You can give me something here.
Right.
2-2 pitch. Fouled at the plate by Toma. Stays 2-2. So we've gotten further into this game than I anticipated we would. Given what time Joliet Central showed up, I figured we'd get 3 innings in and that would be it. We probably have another inning or so anyway left in this one. Toma puts that one to the right. That's going to get down for a hit. That's going to bloop in and land.
Ooh.
But he's going to be thrown out at second. Andrew Harvey had to wait for that one to land, and he's going to be out 9-6 on the fielder's choice. You don't see that very often.
No.
You got to feel for Toma down there is he found a spot in the outfield. You think that's a base hit, and it turns out it's just a fielder's choice.
He flicked it out there, and
yep.
Yeah.
Jake Williams will step in now for the Blackhawks for Austin Pierce. Pitches the ball. So Austin had himself a pretty nice baseball game. 2 for 2, a single, a double, a couple of runs scored, and a couple of stolen bases. Williams hits that one to the shortstop. It's muffed there by Rocha, and ooh.
I think he got him. It took a while, but I think he got it just in the nick of time to get the runner out, Toma out at second.
Yeah, that's one of those where it's hard to tell when your only umpire is standing behind home plate.
Yeah.
Ball was bobbled by Rocha, and Toma hustled down to second, but he is replaced now at first by Jake Williams. Andrew Carmen lines that one into center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Down to second goes Williams. So Andrew Carmen, out of the number 9 hole, Eric, on base 3 times here this afternoon. A couple of walks, a couple of runs scored, and now a single. So Blackhawks continue to just put runners on base. And Joe Pokrifke, his 4th at bat, and we're in the 4th inning. And he is a home run shy of the cycle. So you can't tell me that he's not swinging for the downs here at least once. A double in the first, a single in the second, and a 2-run triple his last time up. You got to give him at least one home run swing, right? He's got to get at least one home run cut in this at bat.
Oh,
that may have been it right there as he went onto his heels swinging for that one. Counts 1-1.
Yeah, he was swinging thinking it was the Express, and he got the logo.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, like you said, you have to wait back on Mesa here.
Yep. And, I mean, it does throw your timing off as a hitter. I mean, if you're used to seeing hits that one high and deep out to left field, back goes Hill, and it's gone! Grand 3-run home run for Joe Pokrifke, and he has the cycle.
Wow.
In 4 innings. Are you kidding me?
That's like better than a Gordie Howe hat trick. You get cycle in 4 innings, get out of here.
3-run bomb for Joe Pokrifke here in the 4th inning. Blackhawks have put up 15.
Oh, and that finishes the game, Aaron. 15 after 4.
15 after 4, and that, I believe, is going to do it. That is a dramatic way to end this one, folks, as the Blackhawks.
Hey, we still got sunlight. What's going on here?
We still got sunlight. We still could play some more baseball. We were worried about not getting a full game in, and we got a full game in, folks. Blackhawks win this one 15-0. Joe Pokrifke with a cycle in 3 2/3 innings, a double in the first, a single in the second, a 2-run triple in the third, and a 3-run walk-off home run to end this one against Joliet Central. The Blackhawks even their record at 4-4, and we've had I've had now 2 fantastic games here for West Aurora. This is your first experience at a Blackhawks baseball game. Couldn't end it any better than that.
Hey, I think what they're trying to say is they like our broadcast.
I think that's what it is. And I mean, can you blame them? As the Blackhawks in 4 innings put up 15 runs, 12 hits. On the other side, Joliet Central, no runs, 1 hit, 3 errors. The winning pitcher is Stevie Deshad. He goes 4 innings, gives up just the 1 hit, no runs. He walks 1, strikes out 6, improves to 2-1 on the season. I mean, there are hitting stars all over this lineup. We talked about Pokrifke, 6 RBIs, single, double, triple, home run. Colin Tarr, 2 for 3 with a home run and 4 runs knocked in. Just up and down the lineup. This was a game for the Blackhawks. This was quite a game. And we got the full game in. So
and then some. Well, and then finishing it off with the run rule. That's perfect.
Yep.
And a cycle.
Yep, and a cycle
in 4 innings.
Yep, in 4 innings. So that's going to do it. So our next broadcast is scheduled to be tomorrow at 4:30, as we will have the call for girls softball. So join us for that over on the softball field, and then we will be back here on Thursday for baseball. So for my partner, Eric Willowhite, my name is Aaron Shellen, and once again, fireworks at West Aurora as the Blackhawks blank Joliet Central by the final score of 15-0. Have a great rest of your afternoon, everybody.